watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmja Joshi. Now, over the last 48 hours, the Delhi government has come in for a five-pronged criticism. For their political adversaries to have a go at them is but natural. But in the last 2 days, we have seen everyone, right from the centre to the Delhi High Court to oxygen suppliers, even Delhi hospitals, criticizing the government for the haphazard way in which oxygen distribution and supplies are being carried out in Delhi. And then the Delhi High Court also took them on, confronted the Delhi government on an order about a 100-bed facility being constructed in a 5-star hotel in the heart of Delhi. First, let's tell you about the last bit. That story that was broken yesterday right here on the News Hour Agenda created a flutter through the day. People, especially those in Delhi, were outraged at the idea that even as the Aam Aadmi sat on pavements, trudged around the city looking for one ICU bed, looking for that one bed in a hospital, 100 such beds should be dedicated in a COVID facility for judges, officers of the High Court and their families. Which is why, taking cognizance of that story that was broken on the show yesterday, the High Court took on the Delhi government and asked them why such an order was passed despite no such demand being made by the court at all. So much so that the court went on to ask them if the real issue is that the Delhi government gives such orders only to show that they have done their job on paper, when they had no intention whatsoever to go through with the orders that they have passed. Naturally, after that confrontation took place in the High Court, all the political parties jumped in, attacking the Kejriwal government, specifically asking whether this particular COVID facility was an effort to try and soften the court at a time that it was taking on the Delhi government every day, wrapping them for their handling of the COVID pandemic.
अगर आपके पास इस प्रकार से होटल बुक करना, 5 स्टार बुक करने का पैसा है तो हमारे डॉक्टरों के लिए कीजिए ना, उनके परिवारों के लिए कीजिए, नर्सों के परिवारों के लिए कीजिए, स्वास्थ्य कर्मी के परिवारों के लिए कीजिए, पुलिस के परिवारों के लिए कीजिए। वो अपनी जान दांव पे लगा के वहां पे कोरोना से लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं, उनके लिए क्यों नहीं आप ये होटल बुक कर रहे हो?
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal yet again has been exposed by the Delhi High Court. On one side, Aam Aadmi of Delhi is fighting to get a bed in a hospital. On the other side, Arvind Kejriwal ji, for reasons best known to him, is trying to oblige the judiciary without even them requesting for the same.
Instead of helping the people of Delhi in crisis, Aam Aadmi Party is guilty of misleading the people in the name of judiciary. When the Delhi High Court did not make any request, on what basis and on whose instructions did the government of Delhi write in the order that Delhi High Court has requested for such facility to be provided?
The decision of the Delhi government to allot 100 rooms in the Ashoka Hotel for judges of the High Court and their families comes as yet another rude shock to the people of Delhi, that some lives in the eyes of this government are more important than the lives of common man, you and me, common man and woman.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So let's take all of these issues one by one, very specific to what has happened in Delhi and in the courts over the last 2 days. Joining us now, we have R.P. Singh, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. S.C.L. Gupta, past President of the Delhi Medical Association, Sundar Balakrishnan, Political Analyst, Tauseef Ahmed, Advocate, MC Abbas, Political Analyst. I'll start with you though, R.P. Singh, because the argument being given, unofficially though, is that this was done by a well-meaning sub-divisional magistrate, a government official who was asked to provide facilities if the need arose. That even the court has acknowledged that we said if the need arises, we want medical facilities, and this well-meaning government official signed off on this order 2 days ago saying why not have a hospital made in a hotel just so that the judicial officers stay safe. Why is the Delhi government culpable?
Well, Padmaja, issue is not those 100 beds. Issue is the state of affair of in Delhi, what is happening in Delhi. Today, that's a bigger issue, and that's how this issue is related to that. Today, there are no beds, there are no ICU beds, no oxygen beds, no normal beds also. There is shortage of oxygen, there is shortage of medicine in Delhi. And not only that, the government is not worried. I mean, it's waking up now saying that we'll build up some 500 ICU bed in Ramlila Maidan. I mean, there are so many facilities. Why have to spend money on Ramlila Maidan building up some temporary structure? There are, I name one. We have a Gurdwara Committee hall which can accommodate almost more than 500 beds in one short air conditioning facility. But they have to put money, you have to use money, you have to use public money, and do all that. So that's the bigger concern. They provide another 100,000 beds to all their special VVIPs. But they should also.
No, but the argument is different, RP. Saying the argument is the Delhi government didn't do this only. It was done by the incident commander, SDM. I have that 2-page letter which is signed off by Ms. Geeta Grover. Nowhere is there. Yes, nowhere is the Delhi government saying that we gave it. In fact, they're saying we weren't even aware of it. This was done by a well-meaning officer, not us.
This is a time of pandemic. Nothing can happen without the consent of the chief minister or without the consent of the concerned minister itself. Let's admit this. I mean, they can say that they can put a blame on a bureaucrat. They can, but it can't happen without the consent of the minister. And especially if you're building up some 100-bed facility in a 5-star hotel, it can happen. But logics which have been given is that we have built many more such facilities. So if you have built up many more facilities, please open them for people. Why people are dying on road? Why people are queuing outside hospitals? I'm sharing with you.
Answer this, Sundar Balakrishnan. No bureaucrat, no officer, no government has done this with such alacrity for common people. Let's take this one by one. But suddenly this bed springs up. Now either this is an effort, as the Congress and BJP is saying, to try and appease or influence the judiciary, or as the court itself has said, and I quote from what the court has said, problem is you're passing orders without actually meaning to do anything about it. Everything is on paper. Sundar Balakrishnan. Which one of these two is true?
See, Padmaja, I don't want to, first of all, get into this kind of a politics in terms of, who is right, who is wrong. First, you raise the issue of appeasement. Now, if any government has to be blamed today since independence...
Are you in doubt about who is wrong? You don't think it is wrong to have a 100-bed 5-star facility reserved for one group when everyone is struggling in Delhi?
I will come to that point, Padmaja.
I don't think, Mr. Balakrishnan, we can be in any doubt about that this is wrong.
I'm saying it is wrong. But let me just come to the point which you don't want to hear to me, na? Hear me, na?
Yes.
See, Padmaja, what I'm saying is, you made a word called appeasement. Okay, if this government, if any government has to be blamed since independence as appeasement to judiciary or taking control over any institution, is this BJP government. Okay, so if you want to tell,
why are we talking about independence, sir? Right now, let's talk about the present, for heaven's sake.
That's what you're blaming.
What happened since independence? Let's just leave it for the year 2022. Right now,
but you are saying by constructing 100-bed hospital,
the court said it. I didn't say it. I am no one to comment on this. The court has said it.
You said appeasement.
Because I am quoting from what the court said, sir.
Yeah, but do you think that there can be an appeasement by constructing a 100-bed hospital? You think orders can be had favorable in favor of Delhi government?
Sir.
You think by constructing this, you will get...
It's not about what I think. It's about what is being alleged. This is not a forum for my thoughts. It's a forum of asking questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm answering that. No, but I'm saying is that do you think that tomorrow, Delhi High Court will give all, favorable judgments in favor of the Delhi government?
I don't think so. I respect the High Court. But I'm just saying, what was the intention? I'm asking you what is the intention. Why are you asking me? I'm asking you what was the intention.
How do I know?
It's the intent which is being questioned.
They have built up this hospital, and High Court has taken them on. Now things will fall in place, whether it is going to be given only for the High Court judges or to the common people.
So you don't think the intent is remiss? Tawseef Ahmed, you don't think the intent is remiss? Or this is just general generosity? Because each one of us gets a 100-bed hospital in Chanakyapuri, in the heart of Delhi, in the VVIP area, the very best area of Delhi, 100-bed 5-star hospital. This happens for everyone. There is nothing remiss. Tawseef Ahmed.
Not be so. I think it's premature to say that only 100 beds are being reserved, for judges and nobody else would be allowed access to it. Let us consider this. If there are 1,000 beds available, out of which 100 are allocated, 100 are, kept aside for for people from judiciary, and suppose rest of the 900 beds are available, then there is nothing wrong in it. Yes, if all rest of the beds are filled, only this 100 beds are available, and if it is being denied to citizens, then it is wrong. That's the logic. And I don't think we have reached such a situation where we can prematurely decide we haven't. Because
we have
said...
RP Singh, would you care to enlighten Mr. Tawseef Ahmed? He lives in Kolkata, so he might not be checking the government app every day. Please enlighten him on how many beds are available right now in Delhi. Because he says there are thousands of beds available, 100 are reserved. Then what's wrong in it? And let me just tell you, sir, let me just tell you, if you think it is premature to say that these beds were only for the judiciary, let me read to you from the order which says very, very clearly, there has been a rapid increase in number of COVID-19 positive cases day by day in GNCT of Delhi. A request has been received from Delhi High Court for setting up a CHC facility for honorable justices, judicial officers of Delhi High Court and their families. And it's this para 6 which the judge today has said is erroneous. We made no such request, and yet this facility was made only and only for court, judges, officers and family. But are there 1,000 other beds available for the rest of us? RP Singh? Because Tawseef Ahmed says, what's the big deal?
Padmaja, Tawseef Ahmed sir, 14 of my family members, 2 months to 82-year-old my mother, all are suffering from COVID, all treated at home. Dr. Gupta, you are on the channel. I'll request Dr. Gupta to help me. Tawseef Ahmed, please help me. Bala Saab, you help me. Someone please help us. There's not a single bed available in Delhi, sir. People on road, dying on road, sir. I beg you, if you can help us, please help us. That's the situation. And Dr. Gupta is there. He'll tell you what situation they are facing. So, see, let's understand. Padmaja, issue is not you allocate those 100 beds, but provide for the common man also. Provide for a common man who is dying of not being treated in hospital, not getting ICU, not getting oxygen beds, not getting normal bed. So
can I make a point?
Can I make a point in hotel?
And Mr. Bala, you can always be anti-Modi better. You can always be anti-Modi, but don't be anti-Delhiites. I don't know which part of the world you say, but don't be anti-Delhiites.
You live in different planets.
Yes.
No. You also don't be anti-Gujarat, or you also don't be anti-Gujarat. Gujarat do people get beds.
Sir,
in your BJP-controlled state government, do they get beds?
Sir,
you know,
you are a wagging tail.
It's such an irony. It's such an irony you're talking about RP Singh living on a different planet, because let me quote to you Tawseef Ahmed and then you can respond. Do you know what the bench said today in the course of the hearing? The Delhi government is passing orders and issuing directions as if they are living in a completely different world and are out of sync and don't know the ground reality. You know why they said this? This was done after the Delhi government issued an order on the 25th of April asking hospitals to attend to patients who come in their emergency. And today the Delhi High Court said, which world are you living in? There are no doctors to attend to them in emergency. This is how you're issuing orders, and that is really symptomatic of the larger malaise which needs to be addressed for us to find a solution. Dr. Gupta. Because here we have people saying, why are you creating such a fuss? Why is the Delhi High Court creating such a fuss? Everything is fine. Just a second, Tawseef Ahmed, let Dr. Gupta come in. He is from the Delhi Medical Association. He'll be better able to tell you what really is happening on ground. Since you're thinking that this is a storm in a teacup, everything is hunky-dory. Dr. Gupta.
Good evening, everybody. The whole problem lies with the oxygen supply. 1,000 bedded in Ashoka Hotel, 100 bedded in Ashoka Hotel, and more than 2,000 ideally beds lying in different hospitals because of the lack of oxygen. The only thing Kejriwal government, if it does supply oxygen, you will automatically have more than 2,000 beds, live beds in other hospitals. Every hospital is short of oxygen supply today. Patients, they are coming to the casualties, they are not being treated by physicians just because we don't have. See, the treatment of COVID today is, the only treatment which is 100% effective is an oxygen therapy. Rest, you have got remdesivir, doubts to be given, whom to be given, not to be given. Lot of other drugs, steroid to be given, not to be given. But oxygen has to be given, and which is not available today in Delhi. It's a shame. And this is just a bloody mismanagement I cannot think of. 378 tons.
It's mismanagement, MC Abbas. And you can keep quibbling about ye kyun kiya gaya, kaise kiya gaya. The root of the problem, and what this also shows, just a second, Dr. Gupta, let me get the initial reaction, is the mismanagement. And what the court says, and I will again quote from the order. The problem is you are passing orders left, right and center without actually bothering or meaning to do anything about it. Like you say you are making a facility which we didn't even ask for, and you are passing an order attaching it to so-and-so hospital which has no manpower, no doctors, no oxygen, no equipments or ventilators, but you have done your job on paper. And that is the problem, doing the job only on paper, MC Abbas. This is not just about 100-bed facility. It is at the heart of everything Delhi is facing. Black marketing of oxygen, black marketing of remdesivir, shortage of oxygen, breaking up of oxygen supply, and now this 100 beds. MC Abbas. Everything is on paper.
Padmaja ji, you've been a victim of COVID, and you know, even though Almighty has blessed you with great health, it is difficult.
Okay, I think just as Mr. MC Abbas was beginning to talk, we've lost the connection. But thank you for your wishes. I will come back to you for your view on that. But yes, Mr. Balakrishnan, would you agree that this is the real root of the problem? Everything is only on paper or up in the air?
See, Padmaja, today, you know, I know, each and every state, including Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, there is a huge demand. Supply is not there. Even if you think of, the oxygen today, the demand. Why is he interrupting here? Padmaja, I'm not going to talk if he is going to talk or interrupt like this here.
No, let him finish his point, RP Singh. Let him make his point, then you can rebut. Please make notes. He is saying there is no supply. You can counter him with data once he is done. Okay, point number one, Sundar Balakrishnan, there is no supply in the face of demand. Go on.
See, I am saying there is not enough of supply against the demand. Demand is very huge today. Now, you tell me, even the center have imported cryogenic tankers. Center has imported ready to install oxygen plant. Now, center itself, who is supposed to be NDMA, who is supposed to be, have not met for months together from November 20 to March 21. Now, NDMA, what is their role? NDMA is actually, what is their role? Their role is to lay down the policies. Their role is to approve the national plan, approve the plans prepared. If they themselves are met, what kind of direction they will give to the state? Now, everybody has faulted in this, Padmaja. I am telling you, and you are also you're also in agreement to this. Whether it's BJP government, non-BJP government. Now, the problem here is, when it comes to Delhi government.
So now let me get you the facts. You basically said the only meaningful part in the first two lines, where you said there is a lot of demand and there is not enough supply. Now let me give you some data and then RP Singh can answer. 450 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen has been delivered to Maharashtra, UP and Delhi in 6 oxygen express. Today the first oxygen express chugged into Delhi. Mr. Sundar Balakrishnan. Of the 20 cryogenic tankers that are being imported by the government of India, let me tell you what the allocation is. The maximum allocation has been done to Delhi, which has got 3 tankers of 10 metric tons, 2 tankers of 20 metric tons. Everyone else has got less than Delhi has. So, sir, in the limited supplies that we have, Delhi is being given the supply. But is there a supply chain problem? Yes, there is. And it's not about the supply of oxygen, sir. It's about the manner in which it is being distributed, which Dr. Gupta and RP Singh will both tell you about. So, RP Singh, first answer the question. is there a stepmotherly treatment to Delhi? They keep saying throughout that we keep asking for 700 plus metric tons. आज तक आपने उनको 700 metric tons नहीं दिया है आरपी सिंह.
उनसे निवेदन है 400 मीट्रिक टन तो दिए है, वो ही नहीं उठा रहे वो पूरा. But center has to provide for tankers. That's the responsibility of the states. Health is a state subject. Center has to provide for the tankers. We're importing the tankers only for them. And also, Mr. Balasubramanian, this is a letter which was sent to states way back last year, and then again in January and February. I'll give you date. It is 21st January. The letter was again sent to the states. Please wake up. There's a problem coming. But they were sleeping. They were bothering more of politics. They were bothered spending money. 293 crore rupees was spent on ad by Mr. Kejriwal, but he couldn't get the 8 plants stalled. We wanted 8 plants. Money provided to the center. But he could have done with those. He could have planted those plants. He could have got those plants in place. There was some solution to it. And then again, I'm saying, Padmaja.
And if you don't think RP Singh, if you think RP Singh is lying, let me quote to you what the High Court has said today. When hearing about the shortage of oxygen, the case Sundar Balakrishnan about shortage of oxygen in Delhi, the court went so far as to say, get your house in order, enough is enough. If you can't do it, tell us, we will ask the central government to take over. People are dying. So let me explain for the viewers who are watching right now what the problem is. Mr. Balakrishnan, MC Abbas and Tausif Ahmed, we have got enough reserves of oxygen in our country, 50,000 metric tons as we speak of industrial and medical oxygen. The thing is, somebody has to collect it. It's like if I order food, I have to go and take it. This is not home delivery that somebody will come and give it to me in a paper bag. I have to take my basta, I have to go there, I have to pick it up. And right now there are suppliers, and Dr. Gupta will be able to explain, who have gone to court. Tell us first of all, Dr. Gupta, how does the supply chain happen? Because on the one hand we have center saying, हम तो ऑक्सीजन दे रहे हैं. दिल्ली सरकार कह रही है कि हमें ऑक्सीजन मिल ही नहीं रहा है. ऑक्सीजन सप्लायर्स कह रहे हैं कि हम ऑक्सीजन देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बट सब कुछ यहाँ पर रायता फैला हुआ है. Where does the problem lie, Dr. Gupta? What is happening in Delhi right now? Citizens are totally flummoxed. What is going wrong, Dr. Gupta?
Problem lies here that 378 मेट्रिक टन ऑक्सीजन दिल्ली में यूज होती थी. दिल्ली सरकार ने केंद्र सरकार से मांग की कि उन्हें पास कम है इतनी ऑक्सीजन. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने उसको 480 और फिर रिपीटेड रिक्वेस्ट के बाद उसको 490 टन कर दिया. ये जो 490 टन है, डिमांड कितनी भी बात हो, ये जो 490 टन है, अगर इसको जुडिशियली सप्लाई किया जाए, जो एक फार्मूला बनाया है बैठ करके, उससे दिल्ली के हर अस्पताल में इतनी ऑक्सीजन मिल सकती है जिसकी उनको जरूरत है. परंतु आज उस ऑक्सीजन को कोई पहुंचाने वाला नहीं है. देखिए, मैं बताऊं, 1 साल से ये कोविड का चल रहा है. पिछले 1 वर्ष में अगर कोविड की तरफ कोई भी सेंसिटिव होता सरकारें यहाँ पे, तो 1 वर्ष में इतना इंतजाम कर लिया होता कि 700 आज एक भी नहीं है ऑक्सीजन प्रोडक्शन इन दिल्ली स्टेट. पूरी तरह डिपेंडेंट कहाँ पे थे? अपने नेबर स्टेट्स पे, हरियाणा, राजस्थान, उत्तर प्रदेश. यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा मेडिकल ऑक्सीजन की डिमांड नहीं थी, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द बिग हॉस्पिटल्स दे आर हियर इन दिल्ली ओनली एंड अराउंड. होल ऑफ द यूपी इज नॉट लिक्विड मेडिकल ऑक्सीजन इज नॉट बीइंग यूज्ड. वहां पर बहुत ज्यादा इंडस्ट्रियल ऑक्सीजन का इस्तेमाल होता था. पूरी ऑक्सीजन कहीं से भी जब आती थी तो दिल्ली आ जाती थी और दिल्ली वाले आराम से उसे इस्तेमाल करते थे. अब क्या हुआ? सडनली किसी ने देखा नहीं, सोचा नहीं 1 वर्ष में क्या होने वाला है, कोई प्लानिंग नहीं की गई. अचानक ये कोविड की 2nd फेज आई, 3rd फेज आई, और सिर्फ दिल्ली में नहीं आई. जहां से ऑक्सीजन पहले आती थी उन सब जगहों पे, चाहे वो उत्तर प्रदेश हो, चाहे राजस्थान हो या हरियाणा हो, वहां पर इतने ज्यादा केसेस हो गए. ऑब्वियसली पहले लोग अपने घर देखते हैं, उन्होंने कहा हम अपना पहले घर देखें. इसकी वजह से सडनली यहाँ पे शॉर्ट हुआ. और आज
so the problem you realize, MC Abbas, is, to put it very crudely, and as Dr. Gupta has explained, there is a supply chain. As with every other product, So with oxygen there is a supply chain. Companies हैं, एक सेट एयर है, एक आइनॉक्स है, वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई हम ऑक्सीजन दे सकते हैं, पर आप बीच में आकर के एड हॉक एलोकेशन मत कीजिए. So much so, Inox said that I supply to hospitals across the country. Only Delhi hospitals are complaining because this ad hocism. Do you know what the court has said today? We are seeing you are only doing distribution of lollipops. This man is saying, that is Seth said, he has 20 tons of oxygen, but he doesn't know who to distribute to. And you say you don't have oxygen. Oxygen is being treated like lollipops, MC Abbas. And people are dying.
I couldn't have a moment to speak in the last 20 minutes, unfortunately, due to a technical glitch. Allow me just a minute's time, please.
Yes.
Respected panelists and ma'am, yes. Dr. Gupta, sir, मैं आपकी बात सुन रहा था. Firstly, my best wishes. RP Singh साहब, मैं प्रार्थना दुआ करता हूँ ईश्वर से, और गुरुद्वारा ने बहुत अच्छा काम करा है, खालसा एड बहुत अच्छा काम करा है. मेरी सलाम है ऐसे लाखों फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स पर. अभी now coming to the point, Padmaja, I was hearing you very keenly where the High Court made an observation that tell us, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal or the government of Delhi, if they are not able to do the job, they will pass off to the center. Which one? The center Modi government, the BJP government. The Constitution of India allows me to dissent with this verdict. And let me tell you, ma'am, which center? The center and the Modi ji, the long-bearded man who has all the time in the world to do rallying in the elections. Dr. Gupta, tell me, couldn't Modi ji do this for the last 1 year? Set up oxygen plants, set up hospital beds, set up
MC Abbas, then you get upset when I interrupt you.
Injections.
I am trying to have a factual, serious debate based on data. You are coming here and talking of beard and Bengal. Why? This is about oxygen, sir. Bhagwan na kare, somebody watching right now is going to be disgusted with us, with all of us, that we are engaging in this political pointless rhetoric. I am requesting you, MC Abbas, if you have a logical, cogent argument to offer, do it. We are not here for tutu meme, uski dadi, uski wheelchair, uska ye, uska wo. What are we doing?
Mr. Balasubramanian,
are we going to reduce ourselves to this? I am sorry. MC Abbas,
because of a erratic supply.
Who is responsible? Okay, MC Abbas, there is no need to get hysterical. Please, can I please have silence? Can I please have silence from everyone? Can I please have silence from everyone? MC Abbas, you want to make a cogent point about a specific failure on someone's front? Make it. About why oxygen supply is being thwarted. I am not here to make rhetorical points about beards and wheelchairs and falana and dhimaka. You have specific allegation to make about why the oxygen supply to Delhi is being thwarted. Please go ahead and do that. The floor is yours. Yes.
The fact of the matter is, Padmaja ji, every chief minister of the land is dying, doing his best today. Let it be a B.S. Yediyurappa here in Karnataka or in Arvind Kejriwal there. All the chief ministers are in this. So it's PM Modi ji. So therefore, everybody is dying outside hospitals. People are lining up outside Qabristan, crematoriums, Shamshan Ghat. Who is to blame? It is easy to blame it on Arvind Kejriwal. Bangalore city, the mortality rate is double to that of Delhi. 20,000 plus cases here in Bangalore.
No, dost. While it's the responsibility of everyone to ensure that the supply of oxygen in Delhi is the responsibility of the Delhi government to ensure that you do not have so much so, and let me get in again now Sundar Balakrishnan. Again, it's about the center and the respective state governments. Everyone must cooperate. But my simple point is, sir, MC Abbas, my simple point is, if 300 plus metric tons oxygen are coming into Delhi, why isn't it reaching hospital? Do you want me to read out to you what another person, and Sundar and Tausif Ahmed, you come in because Mr. Balakrishnan, I'll just come to you for a second. Let me read out to you again what the advocate for an oxygen supplier said. Oh, no, sorry. This was for the Jaipur Golden Hospital. You remember that horrific tragedy where 22 people passed away for lack of oxygen? Do you know what the counsel for the Jaipur Golden Hospital said in the court? Let me deal with my supplier. Let not the Delhi government come in the way. My endeavor since, INOX should send directly to me the dispatch note. The bureaucratic machinery of Delhi government has completely failed. Whatever is killing me equally is the uncertainty. Enormous SOS calls were made. The Delhi government arranged something from AIIMS, but it was some minutes late. There is a shortage and uncertainty. Delhi government does not understand the supply chain. A hospital had 22 people die of oxygen shortage, and they are saying because the supply chain is being thwarted by the state government. Now, if you expect me to start asking the Rajasthan Chief Minister questions about this, then that is just going to be plain foolish. It has to be asked of the state government, which has been put in the dock by the hospital, Tausif Ahmed, not anyone else.
No, Padmaja, we all know that, and I would be reiterating this, that oxygen production is regulated by central ministry. And central ministry gave a false hope to the people, a false sense of security that we have already won the war with the corona. What did Union Health Minister Mr. Harshvardhan said on 15th of January? That it was the beginning of end of pandemic.
Sir,
on 26th January,
live in the now. Live in the now. I am telling you, as of today, the railways has brought an oxygen express into Delhi. I want to know why it is not reaching the hospitals.
Pandemic in India.
आप तो सम्राट अशोक के जमाने में चले जाएंगे. मैं आज की बात कर रही हूँ. Talk about today.
27th of March, Mr. Harshvardhan, Union Health Minister, said that we are in the end game of COVID pandemic in India. So who led us to this crisis?
Tausif Ahmed, now again you are just wasting the viewers and your time. I am asking you a specific question. If the council for a hospital is saying that SOS calls were made, but they arranged something late, there is shortage and uncertainty, Delhi government doesn't understand the supply chain. Who should be asked questions? Who is in the dock over here? If the hospital is saying that they are stopping the oxygen supply, I don't know what to do.
Can I come in here?
Does Modi government understand supply chain and supply demand? What was Modi government doing from last 1 year? Today we are in the crisis. And whose fault is it? You cannot squarely blame Delhi government.
Oh, sure as hell we are in a crisis. You're stating the obvious.
Yes,
I am asking you the question. Okay, Dr. Gupta wants to respond to you. Dr. Gupta.
Today, if you're going to put a blame on one Delhi government, that is not acceptable. It is the BJP government at the center who has to take the blame.
दिल्ली के अस्पताल अगर दिल्ली सरकार से ऑक्सीजन की रेगुलर सप्लाई मांगते हैं तो क्या गलत कर रहे हैं?
Dr. Gupta, just a second. Before you respond, Dr. Gupta, let me make one thing very clear. This is not about protecting one government or one party, Tausif Ahmed, and saying कि सिर्फ उन्हीं की ही गलती है. My aim only is to say that recognize the problem. यहाँ पर problems हो रही हैं, उनको प्लीज एड्रेस कर लीजिए और दूसरे के ऊपर टोपी ट्रांसफर करना बंद कर दीजिए. That is the only way. The effort right now only is to do management and say हमारी गलती नहीं है, उनकी गलती है, हमारे पास नहीं आ रहा, इसलिए नहीं आ रहा, इसलिए नहीं. There are people who are saying ये problem है, please recognize it and help us. Yes, was there a problem in supply of oxygen? Yes, there was. Was there a problem in transport initially and coordination? Yes, there was. But now the problem is that oxygen पहुंच रहा है दिल्ली तक, पर अस्पताल तक नहीं पहुंच रहा है. और डॉक्टर गुप्ता आपको बताएंगे क्यों. डॉक्टर गुप्ता, ये कहा जा रहा है कि आप अनफेयरली टारगेट कर रहे हैं. डॉक्टर गुप्ता,
दिल्ली में अगर दिल्ली के अस्पताल सरकार से ऑक्सीजन मांगते हैं तो अपने लिए नहीं मांगते, मरीजों के लिए मांगते. वो सिर्फ इतनी मांगते हैं कि जितनी उन्हें चाहिए उतनी उनके तरीके से रेगुलर मिले. आई हैड ए मीटिंग जिसपे चीफ सेक्रेटरी साहब भी बैठे थे. हमने उनसे इतना ही कहा कि जब जरूरत हो अस्पताल को, उस अस्पताल जब डिमांड करे तो उसकी डिमांड के लिए हम भी लिखते हैं 6 आवरली क्रोसिन, 12 आवरली क्रोसिन. हम भी तो यही कहते हैं जितने 12 आवरली या 6 आवरली आप हमको हमारे ऑक्सीजन की डिमांड पूरी करते. किसका फॉल्ट है, किसका फॉल्ट है, वो तो बात की चीज है जी. पहले तो पेशेंट का फॉल्ट नहीं है ना, उसको कोरोना यहाँ पे फैला हुआ है, पेशेंट के इलाज के लिए. और नंबर 2, आज अचानक 4000 लीटर आ गई, इसके बाद 3 दिन तक सप्लाई नहीं आई, पेशेंट 300 अस्पताल में लेटे हुए हैं. 18 घंटे के बाद अचानक सायरन बजता है कि अस्पताल से पेशेंट की डेथ होने वाली है. कई जगह तो पेशेंट की डेथ हो जाती है. इसका जिम्मेदार कौन होगा? अगर अस्पताल आपसे मांगता है सरकार से कि मुझे ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई प्रॉपरली दे दे, तो उसमें उसकी क्या गलती है? मेरी तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा। आप केंद्र सरकार और दिल्ली की सरकार और हर्षवर्धन ने कहा, फलाने ने कहा, वहां तक क्यों जाते हैं? आपका काम है दिल्ली सरकार का, दिल्ली के अस्पतालों को, जिनों को उन्होंने प्राइवेट अस्पताल में नंबर ऑफ बेड्स, कोविड बेड्स को, जो उन्होंने कहा इस अस्पताल के पास 100% कोविड बेड्स होंगे, अपोलो अस्पताल 100 बेड, फलाने अस्पताल 100 बेड, ये अस्पताल 80% बेड, और 80% बेड्स करने के बाद अगर वो 80% बेड्स को ट्रीट नहीं कर सकता तो फायदा क्या हुआ 80% बनाने का? वो पेशेंट जो नॉन कोविड, उनकी कॉस्ट पे आप कोविड पेशेंट का इलाज करना चाहें और कोविड पेशेंट को ऑक्सीजन न दें, मतलब आप कोविड को भी मारना चाहते हैं और नॉन कोविड को भी मारना चाहते हैं, जस्ट बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट मैनेज द सप्लाई ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। It's a shame.
I will explain you. And not just manage the supply of oxygen chain, what the oxygen producing company is saying, and let me quote another submission that was made by senior advocate Sachin Datta for Jaipur Golden Hospital. I got 3.6 metric ton. I was supposed to get it at 5 p.m. I did not. Normally I'm in touch with my supplier, but this supply chain is disrupted by the Delhi government. अब बताइए किससे सवाल पूछे?
हाँ, मैं अभी explain.
ये hospital कह रहा है.
If you will not interrupt, I will explain you everything.
Yes.
Why this happens? Okay. Now assume that there are 20 hospitals in Delhi. Assume. Okay. Now what is happening is these 20 hospitals, out of that, some hospitals what they do is they raise a false alarm. Even if they have a stock, they will say that I don't have a stock. You have to replenish as fast as possible. But in this bargain, what is happening? The hospital which does not have a stock, even for 1 hour or 2 hours or 6 hours or 12 hours, they don't get it on the right time. That is the biggest problem. Now, Delhi government is not able to go and check each and every hospital inventory. They are not able to check. Now, they will have to rely on the hospital's information.
Why?
They get. This is where how can we check it? You tell me how.
Sir, that is what the government should do. The government should be checking inventory. In fact, so much so that the Deputy Chief Minister said, we have checked and we have found some of the hospitals lying. That is why he made that claim. And just by the way, sir, if you are saying that Jaipur Golden raised a false alarm, let me remind you that 22 people died for lack of oxygen. So it's mighty insensitive of you to allege that they might be creating a false alarm. 22 people died, and today I don't want to use those words, but somebody has to question who is responsible for those deaths. In court, the counsel for that hospital is saying that I did not get the oxygen because the supply chain was diverted.
I am not saying Jaipur has raised
a false alarm. Here is a hospital who did not get the oxygen, and their direct words are supply chain was disrupted by the Delhi government, quote unquote. Now tell me, whose responsibility is it that the hospital ran out of oxygen? Simple question. Whose responsibility? Answer me.
That is what I'm saying. Today, I am telling you, my advice to Delhi government is wash off your hands, in the supply chain of oxygen. Let them deal with the oxygen suppliers directly. Let them deal.
Why did
wow, RP Singh, this is your advice कि लोग मर रहे हैं, instead of ensuring that it is done in a regular fashion, that you streamline it, you wash your hands off. Hospitals choo-choo क्यों कर रहे हैं that you're disrupting my supply chain? Wash your hands off. Let people. This is your advice, Sundar Balakrishnan. There won't be more insensitive advice. I'm really sorry. I respect you, but very, 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 very insensitive. A government is not supposed to wash its hands off. A government is supposed to get its act together. Anyway, RP Singh wants to respond to you, and then Dr. Gupta.
Padmaja, Abhishek, tomorrow do me a favor, and your channel has done it. Sorry.
Dr. Gupta.
एक बार कोविड के बिस्तरे में लेट कर देखिए, सब समझ में आ जाएगा। आज सोशल मीडिया का वक्त है। जो डॉक्टर तो अंदर होता है पीपीई किट में, मरीज वैसे ही होता है, और उसके पास मोबाइल फोन होता है या टेलीविजन चैनल देख रहा होता है। और उसकी साइकोलॉजी देखिए जब आप, कि उसे ये पता चलता है कि जिस अस्पताल में मैं भर्ती हूँ उस अस्पताल में 15 मिनट में ऑक्सीजन खत्म होने वाली। उसकी साइकोलॉजी देखिए, उसको क्या उसके दिल में होता है कि अब हो सकता है मैं 15 मिनट में मेरा क्या होने वाला है। कभी सोचा है उन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स ने जिनको ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई करनी है? आप ट्रस्ट नहीं कर रहे उस हॉस्पिटल के, जिस हॉस्पिटल पे आपने 500 बेड में ट्रीट करने का लाइसेंस दिया है। आप उसको ये ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते कि वो आपको झूठी ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई बताएगा। आप उसको ये ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं कि वो आपके पास मशीन के जो अंदर वो मीटर्स होते हैं वो चेंज कर देगा। आप कभी भी आकर के उन अस्पतालों के जो टैंक्स हैं उनके मीटर चेक कर सकते हैं। कोई भी हॉस्पिटल का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर फॉल्स अलार्म नहीं लगाएगा कि मेरे पास अभी 4000 लीटर बची है और मैं कह दूंगा कि मेरे पास खत्म होने वाली है।
MC Abbas.
Each and every on the paper.
Dr.
Every 2 hours,
Gupta sir, certainly sir, let me tell you as a matter of fact,
हर 2 घंटे में सरकार के पास इंफॉर्मेशन जाती है
Dr. Gupta sir,
कितने पेशेंट हैं,
Dr. Gupta sir, let me concede to you and tell you sir.
Okay. MC Abbas wants to respond to Dr. Gupta. Very valid point.
Dr. Saab.
Just a second, RP Singh, then you have to come in, please. I want this to be a cogent debate. So one by one, MC Abbas will have the floor to himself. MC Abbas, yes.
Thank you, Padmaja ji. Dr. Gupta Saab, I concede to your points, sir. And let me tell you, there is no doubt about why doctorate and being a doctor, medical
अगर वो उतनी सप्लाई
is considered. में
पड़े हुए हैं, अपनी जिंदगी जिन्होंने अपने जिंदगी लाइन लगा करके लोगों का इलाज कर रहे हैं, उनके सामने पेशेंट इसलिए मर रहे हैं कि ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई नहीं हो रही, और वो भी इसलिए है कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट फेल है सिर्फ टैंकर के साथ सप्लाई करने में। शेम आई एम टेलिंग यू।
Okay, Dr. Gupta, just a second. Now let me bring in RP Singh. The other thing is, RP Singh, just a second. RP Singh, there is also a sense now कि दिल्ली सरकार को अब हर कोई घेर के मारने की कोशिश कर रहा है. You know, there is already criticism. Everyone is trying to put all the blame on them. And to top it all, you also had, a letter that was written to the Delhi Chief Secretary by the Union Home Secretary कि वो भी उनको blame कर रहे हैं, saying that your actions have not been up to the mark, and had you done so, timely action could have avoided tragic incidents. They are saying हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Everyone is now just piling on to us. And in this crisis, putting a government in a corner, a state government in the corner, is not going to help. It's going to make things worse. RP Singh.
Thank you, Padmaja. But let me show you one thing which everyone should hear.
मैं देख रहा हूँ देश के कई हिस्सों में कई स्टेट्स में ऑक्सीजन की कमी है, दिल्ली में ऑक्सीजन की कमी नहीं है.
Yes.
They are good on oxygen.
This was 15th of April. I mean, problem is that there's lack of planning. I mean, they can't foresee what's happening, and then they blame others. And then let me tell you, if that's the issue, then why would Center provide the maximum number of the tankers, those special vehicles which have been brought from various countries to Delhi? We don't want, because we all stay in Delhi, and even all member parliaments, everyone stay in Delhi. Why would we do that? But only request is, please steam up your system. I mean, your channel did a story where the nodal officers were called. None of them picked phone. They were not even aware of. One of them picked. He said, "I'm not aware that I'm the nodal officer." The 5 nodal officers are reputed by the Delhi government. So it's expected from an ex-IRS officer, who is the chief minister today, that he should know how to run the administration, not only by placating certain.
And which is why, giving advice, saying wash your hands off, is the worst advice possible at this point. So the last word I will give to Dr. Gupta, a non-political voice. As a doctor and past president of Delhi Medical Association, what is your advice? We are in the middle of a crisis. There is a huge problem. Nobody can deny it. What can actually? No one can tell them what they should do, but what can they do, Dr. Gupta?
मैं आपके माध्यम से यही कहना चाहूंगा कि हर हॉस्पिटल की जितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो रिक्वायरमेंट कैन बी जज्ड बाय WHO स्टैंडर्ड. Whatever, see, about 25, if the patient is in ventilator, 25 ml ऑक्सीजन पर मिनट उसको लगती. कैलकुलेट करिए, एक हॉस्पिटल अगर 350 बेड का या 300 बेड का है, उसकी कैलकुलेशन आती है राउंड अबाउट 7,000 लीटर्स पर डे कंजम्पशन. एंड दिस इज ओपन फैक्ट. Delhi government has to supply as per the hospital demand oxygen. नंबर 1. अब प्रॉब्लम आती है, इस समय जो प्रॉब्लम है, अचानक आपके पास ऑक्सीजन खत्म होती है और आप पता नहीं किसको टेलीफोन करते हैं, फौरन चिट्ठी लिखते हैं. एक नोडल अफसर 400 अस्पतालों को देखता है. अरे भाई, दिल्ली में अगर 11 जिले बनाए गए हैं या डिफरेंट 3 म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशंस बने हैं, तो क्यों नहीं हम दिल्ली को भी 10 नोडल ऑफिसर में बना के सबको 10-10, 20-20 लोग दे दें और हमें कह दिया जाए कि आप सिर्फ इनसे बात करें, आपको मिल जाएगी। तो हम ये चाहते हैं कि एक सिस्टम बन जाए कि जिस समय अस्पताल को तकलीफ हो वो अपने नोडल ऑफिसर से बात करे और वो नोडल ऑफिसर उससे मिलना चाहिए। यहाँ तो जो अस्पताल वाले हमें शिकायत करते हैं कि साहब सुबह से शुरू करते हैं और शाम को नोडल ऑफिसर से बात होती है, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई। मैं नहीं कहता कि आप 8000 लीटर अगर उसकी एक दिन की जरूरत है तो आप एक बार में दे दें। हो सकता है आपके साथ कुछ समस्याएं हों शिफ्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट करने में, मिलने में, आप उसको लेके तय करके बता दे कि आपके तलवार न लटकी हो उसको कि हम 2 बार देंगे तो 4-4 हजार 2 बार या 2-2 हजार 4 बार उस सप्लाई में आ जाए। वो चिकित्सक अपना ध्यान बजाय ऑक्सीजन में लगाने के वो पेशेंट की केयर में लगाए, सो दैट जो नंबर ऑफ डेथ्स आज बढ़ रही है वो कम की तरफ जाएंगी। नंबर 3,
I think that is very, very valuable and very, very important advice at this point, Dr. Gupta. We value your expertise, and I think people of Delhi will thank you and will thank the Delhi government if all ego, all politics is set aside for the time being, just to ensure that this is operationalized, and we're hoping assisted by the center as well in augmenting the supplies. Everyone will be grateful to the governments. Thank you very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me. And again, RP Singh, since you have people positive in your family, best wishes for their recovery to you. Thank you very much for watching. See you.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.